Okay.
Hello everyone, my name's Dean, let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is May 12th, 2022, and Bitcoin is looking like it's finally begun the rally to the upside, okay? It's been 6 straight red weeks for us in the cryptocurrency markets, and people are exasperated, they're in fear, they're angry, they're annoyed, and it looks like we're finally going to get some respite. Why? Very simply, on the daily chart here, it's very clear to see this very strong volume. All right, this is the likes of which we haven't received. We haven't gotten this kind of volume since May of 2021. Okay, and this is a daily candle, right? It's a strong daily candle with a strong wick to the downside, and we all know from basic candlestick analysis that a strong wick to the downside signifies strong buying pressure. Okay, even more importantly is the fact that not only is this a strong daily candle, but it's traveled thus far from the beginning of this sort of from the low rather to the high. It traveled 18%. Okay, so you're getting an 18% move to the upside after having tagged our lower target at 25.5. So this is why I believe it's very likely, one, given the fact that we've had a very strong volume on this move. So we're going up and the volume is confirming the move up. Okay, again, last time we got this kind of volume was in May of 2021, a long time ago, and that was a red volume candle, selling volume for our initial break of structure after hitting the all-time high at 63K. Okay, so we haven't seen this kind of volume for a long time. So I believe that this is heralding the beginning of the next uptrend. Okay. Now, when I say the next uptrend, if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know exactly what I mean. I specialize in Elliott wave theory, right? So according to my analysis, using my skills in Elliott wave theory, I do believe that this uptrend will likely make new all-time highs and perhaps may even challenge or near our phi ratio. Our phi ratio is essentially the 1618 Fibonacci retracement of this initial break of structure here. Quite simply, if you take your Fibonacci retracement tool from the top to the bottom of this A wave, which is your initial break of structure, and when I say initial break of structure, I'm basically saying the first move breaking this trend, right? This uptrend, 5 waves up, ending diagonal right here. This initial break of structure is your A wave. You take the Fibonacci retracement of that, and you get your maximum retracement for the B wave. Now, the B wave is not only this, okay? A lot of people, even Elliotticians, think B waves just look like that. 3 waves, corrective structure. No. Sometimes you have a compounded B wave, okay? It's not just when you're talking about complex corrections, okay? You can say it's a complex correction, if you will, but B waves, as everyone knows, come sometimes in these forms where you get 3 sets of three wave structures, or actually 2 sets of 3 wave structures and 1 5 wave structure, okay, to round it out. So this is wave A of B, small a. This is wave B of B, small b. And this is wave A, B, and I think, so basically this is a pivot. What we've been putting in ever since the beginning of this year, January of 2022, has been a pivot. I'm reading this as my my wave A of my pivot, wave B of my pivot, retracing to anywhere between 0.5 and 1618 of this A wave. And now we need 5 waves up. And this will complete the B wave, not the entire flat correction of minor 2. Okay, if you're looking at the entire chart, the entire Bitcoin chart, if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know I've shown my larger wave count, and we're in minor 2. Okay, we're in cycle 3, primary 3, intermediate 3, minor 2, I believe. Okay, and so these 5 waves up will complete the B wave. This was the A wave. This will complete the B wave. You need a pivot, and then we'll hit the C wave. This is important. The C wave is the complex correction, or sorry, the impulse, the 5-wave impulse to the downside, which every correction, be it, complex or simple, needs. Okay, so just like we need this, we have to get that. So people crying for 11 to 20K Bitcoin, I believe this is where you get that figure. But in the meantime, you still have to put in 5 waves to the upside. And so this is why I believe that this has started just now. We tagged 25.5, which is, let's erase all of this. 25.5, I believe, is still within our support structure. Okay, if you look at this chart, let's take away our stochastic RSI. Let's get a little bit more real estate, guys. And if you're getting value from this analysis, please like the video, share with others interested in crypto, Bitcoin, whatever, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so I'm looking at this region right here, and this to me is our support region. Okay, and I've got this yellow line at 41K because I believe that that's our next significant resistance. I'm not going to say it's major resistance. I think we're going to go through it, but it's significant resistance, right? And it's the top. It was resistance here. It was resistance in the summer of 2021. It was basically the top of our Wyckoff accumulation range, right? It was support in September and November, right? When we were at the tops, printing these sort of tops. And when we came down, we also found support here. And we finally rejected off of this 41K rate or 41K level to yield, ultimately yield that 25.5 Bitcoin. Okay, so I believe that this whole range is a support range. So we're still on support. This entire thing is a buy, a sort of a demand zone. Okay, and if you turn the VPVR on, let's turn that on. You can see that reflected here in our VPVR volume indicator showing where most of the buying and selling is done of any asset. This reflects what I just explained, okay? So we're still in support. We haven't lost it. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, we completely lost support. Bitcoin's going to 0 or whatever, 20K. We did lose support, but not really, okay? We didn't lose crucial support, and crucial support is this band as I see it. Now, as for, this is what's going on in Bitcoin. Now, this is interesting because there are some assets that have not only completed their B waves, okay, but they've completed their entire flat correction. Sorry, let me draw this again. So it would be something like this. Let's do this properly. And I'm going to segue into some altcoins of note, okay? And you might guess what I'm going to talk about based off of the thumbnail. So some altcoins have already done this, meaning, they've put in their B waves and they've put in their 5 waves to the downside between the 382 and the 618 of the previous 5-wave uptrend. Okay, some altcoins have done this. They will already be starting their new bull runs, okay? Some people may think that Bitcoin, although it's going up, with it going up and making higher highs and, maybe testing all-time highs, maybe in a bull run. You can call that a bull run if you want. But it's not a bull run per se because we're still in corrective mode. We're still in a flat correction, okay? Although we're impulsive, right? Because we're basically in an impulsive portion of this flat correction. But some assets like Cardano, like Kadena, and I just kind of put the pieces together this morning. Some assets have completed, very likely, I think Kadena, I think Revain as well, very likely completed this flat correction. And so they will continue to go up as most other things go down, and they will go up even more so than most other assets. And what I think is going to happen is when Bitcoin pivots here and does its 5 waves to the downside to complete its minor wave 2 correction, okay? And by minor, I'm talking about the degree, the Elliott wave degree. There's nothing minor about going from all-time high back to 15K, okay? It's Elliott wave, it's a way to count waves, okay? You're talking about degrees. When Bitcoin's doing this, I think they're going to put in their wave 2 corrections to the upside, okay? So I want to show you something, and this is just a thought experiment, but this is something kind of that I had an epiphany on this morning, right? So let's get rid of that, and let's go to Cardano. I think Cardano is the clearest example of this, right? And let me show you, because a lot of these other charts are truncated in that you haven't really they haven't been around for too long, so you don't have that much data when you're looking at their chart. So this is a chart of Cardano from its inception, and I have data from September of 2020, okay? And it's clearly showing me 5 waves up. I've already shown that with my Elliott wave count. It's clear 5 waves. You can take your Fibonacci extension tool and you can measure them. You have an extended wave 3 here, and then a regular wave 4, and a clear wave 5. And after 5 waves, invariably, right, according to Elliott wave theory, you get 3 waves, yeah? So we've got our 3 waves very clearly. Our A wave, which is, initial break of structure right here. And then instead of a composed B wave like we're getting in Bitcoin, right, and Veracity and some other coins, you have just a simple B wave, a 3-wave structure. Boom, simple. And you know why we know that this has to be the B wave? Because the retracement of this downtrend, this has to be impulsive, okay? There's no way this can be part of this B wave and it be some contiguous kind of complex B wave, right? Like you see in Veracity, like you see in Bitcoin. This has to be a standalone B wave, and this has to be your impulse. So in the time that it took Bitcoin, Veracity to print all kinds of parts of their B waves, ADA or Cardano has completed its cycle 2 correction. So for Cardano, this would be cycle 2 because these 5 waves would be cycle 1, right? And then this correction would be cycle 2. Yeah. So this is interesting because I put this box in about a year ago, and this was not clear to me, right? I didn't know when it was going to hit, but I put the box in very, simply because I took the Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of the 5 waves that I counted to the top, okay? I put it around, around almost exactly a year ago. And I said to myself, right, I know, based off of my understanding of Elliott wave theory, that wave 2 corrects to a minimum of 382, that's the top of the box, to a maximum of 618, that's the bottom of the box. I want to buy this asset that I'm interested in. I think it has good fundamentals. I'm going to buy it somewhere in this range. My alarm went off, and I was like, what's going on? It's completed its wave 2 correction, which means the next likely target for Cardano would simply be, and I'm saying likely, but it's not guaranteed, would simply be the Fibonacci extension of this entire wave 1, the retracement of this entire wave 2 to the 1618, which gives us about $100, $107, something like that. That's the 1618. Obviously, we know wave 3 can extend as far as it wants to go because it can be an extended wave 3, but on the balance of probability, on average, you see wave 3 end at around 1618 to between 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension, which would represent $107 to $400 Cardano token. We also know that wave 3 can go to a minimum of the 1 Fibonacci extension, which would represent a $12 Cardano token. But this is what you can expect from a Cardano. So if you see Cardano pumping and everybody's like, oh, why is it pumping? Is it because they're coming out with a lot of projects? Is it because this, that? Is it because people are, they lost confidence in other layer ones and they think Cardano's the better one? No, the charts are showing you that Cardano has completed its major correction, and from here on out, for the next 8 to 12 months, maybe 6 to 12 months, you can expect very, very strong positive price action out of Cardano. This is what the charts are showing me. If you guys are getting value from this, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And for more short-term traders, I think the next significant resistance, I'm not going to say major resistance, but the next significant resistance is at this level right here, $1.20. Okay, the VPVR says as much. Turn it on. Again, horizontal volume indicator. You've got a big spike here, $1.20, and you also see confluence in the chart, right? That was support here, that was support here, support here, resistance here, resistance here. Okay, so $1.20, I'd imagine, would generate some sort of resistance where we come and consolidate and continue the move up. Okay, I said that Cardano wasn't the only one that completed its its 3-wave sort of correction, its major correction, right? And let's just look at the time frame. So around September of 2021, Cardano pretty much didn't do anything but dump, okay? And everybody was, saying, people who don't know technical analysis or think that things only dump because of fundamental issues say, oh, everybody, I knew it was terrible. It's a terrible project. It has no merit, whatever. They don't understand. Everything has a cycle. Okay. And so while things were rallying and things, had some, Bitcoin and other assets that were in a different cycle in their chart were going up, Cardano was just going down. Okay. Likewise, you look at our other favorite altcoins like Revain, it was doing something similar in September of 21, right? It was going down pretty much without respite from September of 21 till today. So I would not be surprised if Revain was on the same cycle as a Cardano, and this represents our A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, complete a correction for Revain, whereby we can expect a larger move to the upside and continued large move to the upside, kind of like what we can expect in Cardano, very likely. For Revain, I've said this before on the channel, the next significant resistance is at about a penny. Knowing what I know now, though, I'm not touching this until I'm just going to let it run, right? Because the bull run for these assets, Cardano, Revain, starts now. It's already started. It started today, okay? The actual bull run, not just the positive price action, higher highs, higher lows. Same with Kadena, okay? Kadena also in that same period of time, November, September of 2021, it was pretty much all downhill, okay? So for me, it's likely that a Kadena is also going to start its bull run. So the next targets will most likely be up here around the 1618 and the 2, right, for their next major resistance. Now, how am I going to take profit? That's a great question. I know you were asking yourselves that. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to wait until it gets in this region between the 1, 2, 3, 6. Well, I'm going to wait till it gets at least to the 1, right? And the 1, 2, 3, 6 and the 1618, right? Because I know minimum retracement of wave 3 is 1, and it's likely it's wave 3 if it's in the same cycle, if it's mirroring Cardano's cycle, right? And so I'm going to wait till it gets to this region, and I'm also going to use my trusty stochastic RSI on the weekly time frame, okay? And I actually, if you see here, I've got an orange line with an alert showing me when we get to oversold territory. Okay, so basically I'm gonna wait till we get to oversold and we get up here, and then I'm going to look to sell the top. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.